1 offering.
That's a ball.
Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone. That's one you normally pop right up.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Hey, don't kid yourself. I know those were 2 bad swings, but he hits middle of the order for a reason. It only takes 1 swing.
Pitch outside, the throw. And he will be nailed at third on a...
Leading up for the Reds.
First offering. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now.
He wants that changeup back right there. Great arm action on that changeup. Hitter was just as...
Oh, and he hammers it to deep right field. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one.
That's how the manager drew it up right there. Hold the visiting team scoreless, and then grab a huge home run in the first.
And that will bring in Yandy Diaz. He'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. And you see that average below the dreaded Mendoza line. Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. And as the Yankees get started here tonight, guys, boy, they are really in need of something to go their way as they come in losers of 9 in a row.
Yeah, Matty, if they're going to find any way to dig themselves out of this current losing streak, then they're going to have to downshift a little bit. Do the little things right. Play fundamentally sound. Play good defense. Turn double plays. Don't give the other team extra outs. And then somebody hit a gapper in a big spot and let everybody relax a little bit.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's 1 gone. Now at the plate, here is Austin Meadows.
The right fielder.
Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch.
Off the plate, ball 1.
Now the 1-0.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Time for a look at the umpires working this one. Behind the plate is Darryl Parker.
Well, Dero, Darryl Parker behind the dish, and you never really know what you're going to get from this guy.
Yeah, sometimes, and I'd hate to be mean and say he flips a coin back there because that's not the case. But as an offensive player, you have to find a consistent zone. You just can't.
And stepping in, Brandon Lau. Only 1 hit for him in his last 4 ball games. Now the first pitch.
Ball 1.
From an offensive standpoint, this is where you got to push the throttle right here. You've had a couple hits in the inning. You got a 1-0 count leverage. Let's see if he can gap something.
And this one runs a little too far in. Ball 2. Meadows leads off first with 1 away. 2-2.
You can really tell they're trying to keep the ball in on this big slugger right here.
Is that an effort to keep him from getting extended, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's the idea, Matt. But he might spin the win if he starts looking for it in there.
And that's in there. Base hit.
That is big. The center fielder, Randy.
Here's Randy Arozarena as you get a look at his current righty-lefty splits entering play in this one. He had to be looking for something else to start the at-bat. It's 0-1.
This is exactly the situation you drew up from an offensive standpoint. Good pitcher on the mound, but you got a chance to bury him early in this one.
And he lays off for ball 1. Runners are at first and second with 1 away. Here's the 1-1 pitch. ball ripped into deep center field. Hicks is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2. Next, here is Michael Brasso. And a great chance here for the Rays to add on in just the first inning. From the belt, kicks and deals. Outside with the fastball, that's 1-0.
I think this inning could have far-reaching effects in this game. They're really making him work, and unless he dials it in, it's probably going to limit how deep he goes into this game.
And that one yanked just foul. Here's the 1-2. And he fouls this one off. The set. And the 1-2. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. One for the Rays on the solo home run. And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. He's 2 for 7 in the series so far. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Arozarena is under this one. 1 pitch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. 2 hits and 8 tries for the series. Fouled off. Today's contest is, of course, the finale of the series, and the home side has dominated so far. They've got the opportunity to complete the sweep with a win in this one.
This team going for the sweep is looking for some home cooking. It's always nice to win a series, but particularly nice when you can sweep a series at home.
Hey, guys, that's not how we draw it up. You want to stay back on that pitch and drive it up the middle the other way. But he got out and around it and was still able to find his way for a knock.
Clint Frazier comes on with 1 away as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0. First shot for him here with a runner at first now and 1 away. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. And that one is gone. A 2-run job by Clint Frazier. 3rd home run for him on the year. And the Yankees take the lead. It's 2-1.
Well, when it left its bat, I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know. That thing was a laser shot that just kept going and going and going. Wow, that was impressive.
Giancarlo Stanton now. Fouled away. The numbers, 282 to start play. A dozen home runs, 18 driven in. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2.
Yeah, you could tell he was ready for another fastball, but the pitcher went to breaking ball, and the hitter just fouls that one off.
Little too much bite on the slider that time, taken outside.
Man, the pitcher let the guy off easy right there. That 0-2 pitch wasn't even close. I'd rate that as a non-competitive pitch.
Adames brings it in. Throw on to first, 2 gone. Next up, Kyle Higashioka. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Down the third baseline. But this will get foul for strike 2. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a slider called strike 3 as he couldn't pull the trigger. So now here is Ji-Man Choi. He comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. And a slider tails outside for ball 1. One ball, 1 strike to count. And he looks at one in there, 1-2. Now a slider can't make it back to that outside edge, and that takes the count to 2-2 now.
Tried to work in the backdoor breaking ball there for a strikeout, but he just couldn't quite get it to come back to the corner. That's a really tough pitch to hit if you can spot it.
Now the payoff pitch home. And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second. Stepping in next, Willie Adames. First pitch on the way. The fastball that gets the lower part of the zone called for a strike.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
One of the toughest pitches to hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at-bat. What happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Out in front of it, strike 1. Just the second inning, but already 37 pitches to this point. That's taken. Now it's 0-2. A 1-2 count to the Rays catcher. From the belt, kicks and deals. Turned on, but it's wide at first and foul. Now another 1-2. Back up the middle. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit. And now he has some trouble with it in center. Throw to third, but he's in there as a run comes across to score on the play, tying the ball game.
Nice job in the box right there. Just a professional, clean AB. Didn't cheat to anything. A lot of guys could have rolled that foul down the line. Not the case right here. Kept his hands back, stayed calm, and delivered a nice base hit.
And that'll bring up Joey Wendell. No balls and a strike to count. Mejia stands at third with 1 gone in the inning. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Boy, that's a nasty breaking ball right there. Backdoor slider, just missed the corner. As they say, that's a Hall of Fame pitch.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
That's 3 straight sliders in a row. I'd be shocked. I would be shocked if he went to that well a 4th time. I'd be looking here.
And the run is in to score from third.
Boy, that has to feel good as a hitter, D-Roy. You get that base hit to give your team the lead. You have to feel good when you get down to first base.
Yeah, it's just a nice approach. You see him turn to his boys right there and get fired up with the dugout. 100%. Not trying to do too much. Able to quiet.
And he's into second safely with the stolen base.
Good steal there, and I'll tell you, he is a multi-dimensional player out there. He's got good pop at the plate, and he showed he's not afraid to use his wheels on the bases either.
To your point, Dan, he did go deep earlier, and now the stolen base here, so he's really having an impact on this game. And he's up to third safely now with 2 gone in the inning. So a man at third here with 2 gone, and Austin Meadows will be the next to bat. Now an off-speed pitch gets the outside. It's a called strike.
Hey, the way this guy on the mound's been struggling to find the zone, I'm not mad at the guy taking a pitch.
And now we'll step off the rubber here and just look him back to third. He's set. The 0-1. Snap throw from the catcher, but he's back in safely. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. Hit weakly back to the mound. And he'll step on first for the out. This side is retired.
Back now at Tropicana Field, home of the Rays, who have benefited from some solid pitching all season long. They enter the day near the top of the league in strikeouts, so this is a pitching staff that possesses a lot of dominant arms. One of them told me, the talent and pure stuff on this team is ridiculous. So as long as we're going after the hitters and commanding our pitches in the right spots, we'll have a lot of success. Most of the time that's the case, and that's because we trust in our abilities. It's pretty clear these guys are some of the best around at keeping the opposition off balance. Matt?
All right, thanks, Heidi. Yankee shortstop behind in the count 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
We just saw a fastball right there. I would not be shocked if he tries to get this guy to go fishing right here and drops a little off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Ball 3. 3-2 now. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. And now Gio Urshela flew out last time up.
Gio Urshela.
Hit in the air to shallow center. Center fielder coming on. He makes the running play. 2 down.
Now batting.
Digging in next, Aaron Hicks, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box.
Decent, but not great results so far this season from the left side. I know he'd like better, certainly, but he's definitely still a capable hitter in this setup.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Now the pitch.
Two-out lightning definitely applies to this offense. If this two-hole hitter can get on, they could start something serious.
Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. And he looks at a ball. 1-2.
I got the count.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
And it's fouled away. Now time asked for and granted by the home plate umpire. Ready with another 2-2.
3-2.
Hey, this guy's a hard guy to put away. He's fouling off some tough pitches. 2-2 count, and he just seems to keep hanging right in there.
They have him play perfectly as it's hit on the ground. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Wow, I think he took it for granted there a bit. Probably thought he had it in the bag, and he just lost concentration for a minute. Now his pitcher has to pick him up with 2 outs.
And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box.
And a swing from him yields a foul pop out of play to the right.
0 for 1 here in the early going. Now a move over to first. And a dive, but he's back in. Hicks running from first. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. He's on the move again from first. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes. And we're back for the bottom of the 3rd. Let's check in with Heidi Watney. Stepping in once again is Brendan Lau. He collected a base hit his first time up. So take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1.
He's been getting lit up all game, and there's a common denominator. He keeps missing right down the middle of the plate. Case in point with that last one.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
1-1. The count is 2-1. Nope, outside.
This is where you cash your checks right here. 3-1. You're one of the best hitters in the game. You live for situations like this.
Good pass at that ball, just a little late, and now the count's full. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Inside as he nearly got him, and it's ball 4. Up next to the Rays, Randy Arozarena hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. Just able to get a piece of that for strike one. And that misses 1-1.
That's not an easy pitch to do anything with, right? 96 miles an hour in on the hands. You almost have to be looking for that pitch to be able to do anything with that.
Fastball called, strike three, and there's the first out of the inning. Mike Brasso digging in at the plate. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And that's cut on and missed, 0-1.
We're only in the third inning, and his pitch count is above 60. That's not being too efficient with your pitches.
Ground ball right side. A dive, and he knocks it down. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single. G-Man Choi the next to hit as he looks at a fastball that misses off the plate for ball one. He drew a base on balls his first time up.
Has to be a challenge pitch coming up here. He probably doesn't want to flirt with loading the bases.
Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
Ground ball to second. This could be 2. Throw over to third here. So it's bases loaded, 1 away, and up next will be Willie Adames as he lays off a fastball too low for ball one. Fastball catches the black there for a called strike.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find the zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
Now this is on the ground at first. We'll see if they can get 2. The second for 1, but he'll put this in his pocket and be content with just the 1 out.
The pitcher, number 28.
So 2 are gone here in the Tampa Bay third inning, and that'll bring in the catcher, Francisco Mejia. No balls and 1 strike. Lined into right, a base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the runs in to score from third. It's 5-2.
The batter, the left fielder.
Joey Wendell digs in now. He offers at it and hits it in the air to left. Stanton has a read on it, and he makes the play to end the inning. So 2 runs on 2 hits. Striding forward now, the Yankee cleanup hitter, Aaron Judge. Flew out in his only at-bat so far.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep.
There's a drive high in the air and deep to left center field. Gone to lead off the inning.
This guy has been a serious thorn in the side of the staff. Homering twice in 3 days. The numbers don't lie. He owns these guys right now.
Swinging a soft liner, and this will be put away easily for the out.
Now batter.
1 out, base is empty, and that'll bring up the outfielder Clint Frazier. And there's a line drive, base hit to left field. They've gotten their hits in deep counts. They've gotten their hits in early counts. This has been a real onslaught.
Yeah, you can look at it one of 2 ways, Matty. Either they have a ton of respect for the man on the mound and they are just going to ambush tactics and it seems to work for them, or you can look at it the other way. They're just getting lucky.
And digging into the batter's box next will be Giancarlo Stanton. 0-1 the count. One strike now from Archer. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
When a hitter is showing he's unable to resist those inside pitches, you just might as well keep going in there and hope he keeps chasing. Those weren't strikes, but he wanted to hit them anyway.
Grounder down the line at third. And that's through for a base hit. Make him 1 for 2 in this one. And he is in there.
He's safe.
Now batter, the catcher.
And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. And maybe trying to get him off stride. plate, so he'll step out and ask for time. Into the box, Kyle Higashioka. Bunt attempt, but this one might have too much on it. Throw to first in time, but the safety squeeze there gets him a run.
Wow, a perfectly executed safety squeeze right there, and that's such a tough play to defend when it's done right. It can be risky, of course, but not as much as the suicide squeeze. Good call from the dugout on that one.
First delivery to him, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike one.
There's a slogan is throwing too many strikes. That might be the case for this guy in this outing right here. So far, not pitching all that well, but 90% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Behind 0-2 now. Here's the 0-2. And a half-hearted swing there as they tie him up inside for the third. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And standing in is the DH, Yandy Diaz.
Yandy Diaz.
Karen O'Day answers the call from the pen here in the fourth as they didn't get the outing they were hoping for from the starter. First pitch on the way, and that misses for ball one.
Count 1-0.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Stanton has a read on it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Next to hit is Austin Meadows, 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First pitch on its way. Here's a good breaking ball as he gets the bottom of the zone.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
High pop-up. Urshela shading to his right. And that's the second out of the inning.
The batter, number 8.
Next, it'll be Brandon Lau. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike one.
Hey, these mechanics ain't out of the textbook The Art of Pitching, but he seems to be effective with what he's doing.
And he falls behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
Ball, that pitch is out.
Just a touch outside, 1-2. In tight
Ball,
with the
that's
slider,
inside.
2-2. Bouncer up the middle. Go to first with time to spare, and the side is retired. Down in order go the Rays. They lead it 5-4.
Leading off for the Yankees, the third baseman, Gio Urshela.
First pitch on its way. High in the air and deep to straightaway left. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
Now back, the center fielder, Aaron Hicks.
Stepping in now, Aaron Hicks. Skied into straightaway right. Meadows is back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. Next for New York, DJ LeMahieu. He's grounded out and struck out in his 2 trips to the plate. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1.
That's one of those pitches you just float over the plate. 99% of the time the batter is taking at least the first pitch after 2 straight 1-pitch out, so you almost can underhand it up there.
Grounded back up the middle. That's through, and he's got his first base hit. He's 1 for 3.
Kind of looked like he had gotten his bearings there. Dan was going to have a 1-2-3 inning, but not the case, giving up that late 2-out knock.
Boy, this lineup is so deep, 1 through 9. They can put a hurting on you, and they're making him work, and he's given up a lot of base hits so far in this one. So far, this has not been an easy one for this pitcher.
First pitch on the way. Aaron Judge stands in as he looks at ball 1 here.
Hey, a 2-out single isn't all that bad, but it can be when you've got this part of the lineup coming up.
And this one's too far inside, ball 2.
Not even close with the 1-0. He needs to get back in the zone, but be careful. Work the quadrants.
2-0 count, the pitch, and he fouls this one off. Hits are even at 7 apiece. Lifted in the air to right field. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the... At the plate now is Randy Arozarena. He'll lead things off as we begin the home fifth. First pitch on its way. And that misses, ball 1. Bat explodes as this is popped up. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first down. No one on with 1 down, and that'll bring up Mike Brasso. Now the slider gets the call in the bottom part of the zone. There's a breaking ball that he didn't quite get on top of. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2. 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error in the ballgame for Tampa Bay. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. And he takes ball 3, so it's a full count now. Popped him up. Frazier moving to his left, and he brings it in for the second out of the inning. Now to the plate, here is Ji-Man Choi, 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Here's the pitch.
That's out.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he lays off the pitch up and in, ball 2.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters' counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches. And when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
2-1 after the foul ball there. The pitch. And a swing as he pulls this one into right. Judge gets there for the catch, and that ends the inning. Striding forward now is the DH, Gleyber Torres. 1 for 2 in the ballgame thus far. Just gets a piece of it, strike 1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. And it's safe to say he doesn't look all that comfortable up there. 0-2 now.
After that off-balance swing right there, you find yourself down 0-2 and wishing you were back on deck with the donut on your bat, visualizing hitting a home run.
And the throw will indeed take care of him for the first out.
Well, you know you made a real nice pitch when you bounce into the dirt and you still get the hitter to swing at it. That tells me that there's a lot of deception in that pitch right now.
Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Soft liner towards short. And another base hit for him. Now 3 for 3 in this one.
Hey, that was a well-executed pitch down and away. Sometimes you got to tip your hat to the offense. That's a nice piece of hit. Maybe not what he was looking for, but the result was there.
Frazier runs. And they've got the runner hung up between first and second. And they will tag him out between first and second. And whatever that was, it backfired, and there are 2 away. In now, Giancarlo Stanton. And this is lifted out towards straightaway center field. He's under it, and that ends the inning. And now here is Willie Adames. And to start out the inning, it looks like they've decided to stick with the same reliever out there, Ken.
They have, Matt. I think the way he pitched the last inning kind of inspired that. But it's not uncommon for relief pitchers to have troubles after they sit and watch their guys swing the bat a bit. We'll see if he stays as sharp as he was before.
1-1 the count. And now pitch on the way. Pops this one up. LeMahieu over to his left. Makes the play, one away. Next to hit, Francisco Mejia. 2 for 2 with a triple on his batting line to this point. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing. Ready with the 1-1. Heading out towards shallow right. Judge is under it, 2 down. Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Joey Wendell. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. In there for strike 1, 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. And another foul ball. Shooting for that low inside corner, but he missed with it. 1-2. Left side, but well foul. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. Rays go in order, 1-2-3. They hold on to a 5-4 lead. Colin McHugh. Is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. All set for the start of the inning, and next to hit is the catcher, Kyle Higashioka.
No, you're only down 1 right here, but the exploding stuff that's coming out of the back end of a lot of teams' bullpens. I mean, just north of 95 plus. Stuff diving all over the plate. It's gotten a lot tougher to scratch across runs against these teams' bullpens.
A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. The 1-1 home. Hit on the ground out to short. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Up next for the Yankees.
Next to dig in, Mike Tauchman. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. First pitch on its way. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. Point will pinch hit here, and he's the potential tying run. The windup and the 0-1.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there. A little bit too far out in front. Gotta find a way to keep his hands back.
Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. So the lineup flips over and digging in, Gio Urshela. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. Had him lunging at that one out of the zone, and that's strike one.
I mean, that's a classic case of coming off your backside right there. He lost his entire back leg, was out in front, couldn't keep his hands back.
And he'll beat the throw as he's got himself a bunt single. At the plate now, Aaron Hicks. As he'll go after the first pitch to him and comes up empty, it's strike one.
This is where you got to take stock in the situation. Adjust your batting gloves and realize you need a gapper to score this guy from first. If nothing less, pass the baton to the guy behind you and keep the line moving.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Pitch inside the throw. And he'll just slap the tag on the runner heading to second, and the inning is over. So no runs on one base hit, no errors, and no one left on. It is stretch time here in Tampa. We'll stretch with him. Now at the plate is Yandy Diaz. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
Diaz.
Justin Wilson will come on in relief now as he'll make his 10th appearance of the season. Oh, 1, here it comes. And he misses with it, 1-1. Just a touch inside. Perhaps it's 2-1.
One strike.
Now here it comes. And he lays off again, ball 3.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
And that misses, ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to start the home 7th.
Right fielder, Austin Meadows.
Tyro Estrada is into the ball game as a defensive replacement. He'll be the new shortstop here. Austin Meadows is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1.
Nice job by the pitcher right there to establish himself back into the strike zone. Would have liked to have seen the hitter been a little bit more aggressive in that situation. Usually when a pitcher throws 4 balls in a row, that next pitch you could get super greedy right down the middle.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Well, his struggles continue. It's been a rough go of it at the plate with him. And watching this at-bat, it's clear to me that his rhythm and timing, they're just all off. Even as a pitcher like I was, you could tell these things and exploit them.
To the plate now, Brandon Lau. And a bouncing ball foul. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. A lot of movement that time. It's 0-2.
0-2 count. You could do just about anything you want right now. Up, down, in, out, hard, soft. Good time to be a pitcher.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. 1-2.
Nope, inside, ball 2.
Diaz stands at first with 1 out. Still 2-2. Just hung in there on that one. The 2-2 one more time. This is on the ground over to first. There's one. Throw to first, and he can't come up with it. And the relay won't nearly be in time as he's there easily. So it's a runner at first as a result of the throwing error. And next will be a speed threat in the form of outfielder Randy Arozarena. From the stretch.
Ball one, no strike.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
Here it comes on 1-1.
That's ball two. 2-1.
And he'll try to hold back the swing, but he'll do so unsuccessfully as that's ruled a strike. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Again, he sends it out of play. Now another 2-2. Strike three called as he can't get the bat off his shoulders. Side retired. One left for Tampa. They lead it 5-4. Diego Castillo has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the eighth.
Number 63, Diego Castillo.
So now to the plate, Aaron Hicks. Prior history in this matchup, not great, and he's 1 for 8. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. The Rays leading by the slimmest of margins late in this one and trying to hang on and earn the series sweep.
One of the keys if you want to sweep a team is you're going to have to get some big outs in that 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. They're leading by a run as we're going towards the end of this game. Now it's time for the pitching staff to put this one under wraps.
Swing and a miss got him reaching. And even sweeter, of course, is getting that series sweep in your own ballpark in front of the home faithful. So we'll see if they can send these fans home happy.
No doubt about it. Fan base is excited. They're all out in full force, coming to the ballpark, hoping to witness a sweep, and it looks pretty good at this point.
Swing and a miss on a nasty slider right there. Always felt toughest pitch in the game. If you're a guy who liked to work the big part of the field, you were on that fastball middle away. That slider looked like a heater for about 56 feet 6 inches.
1-2 to DJ LeMahieu. So 1-2. Popped up. And he'll put this away for the second out. Next to stand in is Aaron Judge. Is working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Hit sharply on the ground to the left. He's got it. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Bottom of the inning now, and coming forward now is the shortstop, Michael Brasso. Jonathan Loizaga is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the eighth.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for the New York Yankees. Number 43, Jonathan.
Set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Hit on the ground to short. Throw to first, and he can't come up with it.
Wow, as we watch this, I have to just shake my head. Looks like a good throw, but the first baseman just drops it. I guess that big glove isn't big enough, huh?
Into the box now, Ji-Man Choi. Runners on the move for second, and this is popped up near second base. Estrada is there, and he's got it for the first out.
Third baseman.
So here is Willie Adames. He got under one and popped out his last time up. Grounded down the third baseline. This is foul for the first strike.
Hey, if he's going to execute that curveball, and that's the first one of the day, if he's going to execute it like that, be on the lookout for that one. That's going to be a big pitch for him today.
Rousseau, a runner at first with one gone in the inning. Fastball, strike three called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away. So it's a runner at first with two men out, and that'll bring in the catcher, Francisco Mejia. From the belt, kicks and deals. Smoked on the ground, left side. Throw over to LeMahieu at second, and that'll do it. Rays strand just the one. They hold on to a 5-4 lead. Nick Anderson comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the ninth. All set to start the ninth in this one, and that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. He's set, here it comes. And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. Here's the 0-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
Yep.
And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth. Digging in now for the Yankees, Clint Frazier. 3 hits and 3 trips to the plate for him so far. And a big pitch coming here late, so he'll step out and ask for time. Now the first pitch. Late that time for a strike.
I think it's about time to choke up on that bat and get that foot down. He's awfully tardy right now.
Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
Looks to me like he's trying to make adjustments pitch to pitch up there at the plate, but he's looked completely thrown off so far. Late on the first one, way out front on the second.
And he strikes him out as well. So 2 punch-outs to begin the outing out of the pen. Now at the plate, Giancarlo Stanton. No career at-bats for him against this particular arm in the past. First delivery to him. A ball and no strikes.
Well, late in a game like this, calls that don't go your way can really throw you off when you're on the mound, but you just can't let it happen. His composure is getting a little test right here.
Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Oh, this is what you get fired up for right here. Hard fastball against a power hitter. I know he was late right there, but if he comes back, this one might not come back.
And this is swung on and missed, so now they find themselves down to their final strike tonight.
Hey, he's got excellent stuff working right now. Somebody has to make an adjustment. You're seeing a lot of late swings. No one's getting the front foot down. No one's getting the barrel to the baseball.
And this crowd wasn't all that big, but they've stuck around to the final out. Fastball well outside. Last chance for the Yankees. He hangs the K to end it as the Rays break out the brooms at home and sweep their division rivals. This evening's game comes to an end 5-4 the final tally. Tampa Bay took the lead in the second.